Good morning. Good morning, Zor. Welcome to MightyOxTrading Tuesday morning. Ready to slam the markets and see if we can get some money from it. Hope everyone had a good evening. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Hope someone brought the coffee and donuts. Well, actually, I can't have donuts. I'm keto. So let's take a look at the markets overnight. Looks like we had some good stuff happening. So NASDAQ overnight pretty much went straight up, starting at when the European opened, and we have about a 350 point range on Nasdaq, which is pretty big lately. Here lately for overnight. Could be an interesting morning for sure. Hello, Ish. Good morning, Vincent. How are you folks doing so far? ES came up. It's up almost. Oh yeah, early morning math. Just my favorite thing. 87. Yeah, 87 points. Maybe a little bit more there. It's actually just made another new high. There we go. So about 88. Kappa has come up about 160 ticks. Also pretty much straight up since about midnight my time. Gold. What a drop on gold. Gold was trading at a high we haven't seen in, I think it was almost a year. And now has dropped. It has a range of about 36 points down. That's a beautiful $3,600 a contract move down. Just made another new low. I'm doing good, Vincent. Thank you. Still waking up, but that's okay. You did get some sleep, right, Vincent? UltraBond. Oh, UltraBond down below 180. I didn't even realize that. Well, it's just at 180 now. I didn't recognize that when I was drawing out these yellow lines. About a 2.5 point range. Daily chart on the UltraBond. Ignore all that tomfoolery there that I have. We are not seeing this level since last March. And if it gets below 178, then we'll have to go all the way back to wow. All the way back to August of 2019 since we've been that low. That's interesting. UltraBond continues to fall. Excuse my sniffling. Morning, Jeremy. How are you on this cold and crisp morning? Crude oil also had a pretty big fall overnight. About a 3.5 point range from top to bottom. Meanwhile, heating oil went in the opposite direction, about 300 ticks, a little under 300 ticks. The Russell, also nice move up, about 50 point range, big for the Russell. And the Dow followed suit with just under 600 points. And that's where we sit now. I just had two profitable trades on it. I finished up $68 before commission. Nothing huge, nothing horrible, and didn't really, everything started going sideways, so I didn't grab any more entries. Possible ice storm here this week, where I'm at here in Illinois, in the United States. So that's supposed to be happening on Thursday. Could be ice, could be snow, could just be all rain. If it's an ice storm, there's a chance that I could lose power and you might not see my Friday stream because I haven't figured out how to get enough hamsters to run in wheels to power up the computer and internet. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree, Jeremy. So that's where we stand now in overnight sessions. Overnight sessions definitely positive. Will the morning session continue that, or will we see a sell-off? Vincent, I assume your bias from your delta is long, and Q sending us a short signal as I say that. Oh, whoa! Where'd that little? I just dropped 22 points, pulled back right just as quick by 12 points. What? I'm not sure what just sparked that out of the blue. Looks like I had a similar move here, almost down to the same area back here. Came down, so definitely you see already reversing back up. Not taking that signal until I see it get back below what just happened. Thank everyone for joining me this morning. Feel free to join Jeremy and Vincent and Zor. Talking. Chatting. I like chatters. And Zor, yeah, don't worry about Nightbot. I need to. I'm gonna work on. It's weird as the channel's gotten more viewers. The spammers that I used to have Nightbot for have kind of disappeared. I'm not sure. I bet they're gonna roaring back at some point. Right now, I think I could probably get rid of Nightbot's spam protection. See what happens. That was a weird spike right out of nowhere. Good morning, El Chawel. As always, if I mispronounce anybody's name, I do apologize. Does look, I mean, we have this downtrending SMA line. We have, you know, sort of a double top here with a little bit of a lower high on the second top. So it's looking like it wants to head down, but this is interesting. We got this move up here about an hour ago, and then it pulled back. It was a nice slow pullback, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, kind of similar to this whoosh, and that set it back up. So we definitely want to be careful that, that's not going to happen again. It's almost a triple top here now, though. Looks like, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. ES also sending us a short signal. Just try it. It's flashing. Russell actually sent us a short on that spike down. So you can see all the indices spiked when that happened. Russell, S&P, NASDAQ. Don't see any spikes though on anything besides the indices. Gold didn't really do anything there, and copper didn't. So I'm not sure what that was about. Need to check economic calendar. Forget what. I'm not sure if we have anything today. Core PPI report comes out at 8:30 Eastern. The month and year. It might have a little bit of an effect. Tomorrow morning we have retail sales, and Canada has its inflation report. No, yeah, Canada has its inflation report. Yeah, a lot of stuff comes out tomorrow morning. Retail sales, import prices, manufacturing. And of course, tomorrow afternoon have FOMC meeting minutes coming out, which can act just like a regular FOMC meeting. I see, Nasdaq is curling down here. Smaller candles, about 5 points a candle. I was looking at the calendar. The smart entry would have been after we had this green candle that popped back up after that weird spike. And when the next red candle might have been the entry to get in. $51 down to 35. That was these are quick moving all of a sudden, but now we're seeing another bounce here. So at this point, I'm waiting to see if we can get back below that spike down, which has been about the same level here twice. About 530. It's at 539 now. Do have a MNQ chart ready to go. It's set on 30 points. 30-point profit target in the morning at 15-point stop with 2 micros is the plan for the TCP. You know me. Are you down with TCP? Watching gold. Gold had a nice move down here right before stream started. I was still waking up. To be honest, I'm still waking up, but that's okay. Kind of sideways right now. We'll keep an eye on it, but let's chart it overnight from the yeah, like I said, still waking up. Let's do a little bit of charting. Here's when the move started. And you can see it only gave us this one long signal right here. That would not have been the greatest long signal in the world at all. It was back below the SMA line. So I probably wouldn't have taken it if I had been awake at the time. Better to have got waited until this nice big green candle went up. So, I mean, I can't even count that as something I would have taken. We'll put it there. Copper giving us a signal. Let's check that. Copper trying to head back up. Copper's been choppy. Choppy copper. So, then, after that move up, we got the first short signal. See that window worked. But I got to mark it because I don't know. I might have been interested in taking that there and it would not have worked out. So we mark it as a loss. Big move up here with this long signal Would not have taken it. Started started right at the big move up. Started right at the European session, basically right here, 3 a.m. and moved up over the next hour by over 200, just about 250 points. Yeah, overnight for me. Yeah, it's a beautiful move up there. Then consolidated, moved up a little bit more. Hello, Michael, and thank you for subscribing. The first short signal definitely would have failed. And I would have been, I mean, I'm marking that off as a loss. I'm not sure I would have taken that there, but because it's the first pullback of a, after a big move. This one, this move right here, this I would not have taken this big move up through the bands. I would have expected to pull back, but it actually would have worked for 15 points on that big wick up before pulling back. Wouldn't have taken that above the SMA line. Would not. No, wouldn't have taken this long signal because I wanted to see it get back above the high there. Would not have taken the short signal. Oh, by the way, and down here, if you look at the RSI, another reason I wouldn't have taken this, broke the bands on the RSI. So this is the next actual signal that would have been good, that I would have taken. Now I say that every now and then, in the heat of the moment, I might take a signal that I shouldn't. And this one actually would not have been good either. Well, it depends. Let's look at that actually. See, this is the thing. I don't, like I said, I don't trade. Obviously, I don't trade overnight. But at what point do I switch from the 15 7.5 to the 30 15 stop loss? But it looks like this would have stopped out even at 15. Let's look quick. 80. No. 120 by 8. I hate it when it does that. 60. No, it would not have stopped out at the 50, and then that would have went for 30. So yeah, probably after that big move, switching to the 30-point profit target would have been a good idea. And that would have kept me in that trade, although I would have been like pulling my hair out at 15 points. Okay, NQ. Here's the 5-minute chart. So it's actually below its bottom band on the RSI. Did I miss a move down now? See, it came down, pulled back, still trying to head down. Bottom band is kind of trying to go sideways, or still see if it can get back below that move. So this move here actually, waiting for that 30 points would have took like almost an hour, over an hour. And this short signal, obviously, it would have worked, but I usually won't take it if we have uptrending bands. 51 down to 27 would have given us the 30 points, so that one would have worked. And then this one here, this long signal, also I wouldn't have taken going into downtrending bands, and that one would have failed. Only went 9 points before the pullback. And then this double top, obviously the short signal here on this weird spike down. Better entry there would have been as soon as it, came up, double topped, get in here at the break of the SMA. That would have given us 21 points so far, but it actually would have reached profit target when this spike down hit. That's a quick charting from overnight on NASDAQ. About 10 minutes from the top of the hour, should see some more volume and volatility come in at the 8 o'clock hour. Gold. Wow, look at all those white lines. Let's get rid of those because they're annoying and no longer relevant. My charts are messy enough as they are. So you can see that the big move down on gold started at the same time the move up on the NASDAQ started. This would have been an excellent signal. Obviously, I mean, that was a over a 3-point candle. You can see here, this move down right from there to there is already 19 points, $1,900, and they've continued down. First pullback here to get above the SMA, and it would have worked easily. I'm usually looking for 16 ticks with an 8-tick stop. That would have worked. 8-tick, not 18. And the next leg down would have been beautiful. The gold would have been absolutely awesome to trade overnight. That's another 3-point move. Hardly any pullbacks on these moves. I shouldn't say, man, we just looked at the first 2 hours. Looks like it gets a little bit more tricky here. Wouldn't have taken that because we hit the third band. This one start getting smaller moves. You see it consolidate here. Now, if I took that, I'm pretty sure I would get stopped out. Almost, yeah, I would have gotten stopped out. But you see, it ended up being good if it followed this down and then, moved down here. Not have taken that long. And then this last short signal I would have taken. And there we go. And of course, that would have also reached a profit target easily. So gold, win, loss, win, win, win. Since the Europe session open, we've been 4 wins and 1 loss. At a 2-to-1 risk to reward, or reward to risk. Definitely sideways here right now in the NQ. Good morning, let's do this. How are you doing? Speaking of gold trying to push up now. Let's see. Let's look at our 5-minute chart. See, it's right at the top of the RSI. By the way, look at this nice bounce on the RSI. Look at this move here. This big spike down here right before stream started. Did get below the Bollinger and the RSI. Was below the 30 line. Was below the Bollinger on the regular chart. And we had this big next candle. Big 32 tick move up with barely any pullback on it. That would have been an excellent reversal entry. Same thing over here. Also below Bollinger, below 30 line, and we see not quite as clean as that one, but a pop-up of 3-4 points. So 2 setups in within an hour of one another that would have been great reversals. Silver also free fell overnight. Also about $3,000 a contract. Free falling. But for now, we have indices that are kind of sideways. Oh, once again, look at this. Look at this move up on gold. 17 tick move up, broke the band on the on the RSI as well. And the next candle was a 1 minute was a 1 point pullback. Eventually, I'm going to start playing some of those pullbacks. I've experimented with it a couple of times, and at times it's bitten me, but the moves out of nowhere, like this, I shouldn't say out of nowhere, but grind up and then a huge move up, work better, than trying to catch a big downtrend and expecting the reversal. Everything's looking just a bit choppy sideways right now. Basically some consolidation after the big moves that everything was making overnight. You see the big move down on crude as well overnight. It's coming back up a little bit, but more of a choppy trend than a regular trend. So it happens here in just a minute at the top of the hour. More trade desks come online. More people wake up. Smart people that sleep in. Oop. Little burst there on the NQ. Up 7.5 points, pulling back. That's an interesting burst here at the top. Keep an eye. It's kind of overextended now, above the Bollinger Band on the 1 minute, above the Bollinger Band on the RSI. So I have to watch this here. Also looking at resistance. See, came up, it topped out this double top here at 71, and tried to pull back, tried again at 63. We're sitting right at 59. Good luck there, Vincent. Oh, pull back. Candles, the wick's now bigger than the candle body. They actually pull back under the RSI's Bollinger Band. Big move down there. We are still above the SMA line here. We definitely are seeing some consolidation. So if this does turn back green, I will probably, gets back above this ATR line that sends me the long signal. Assuming it's not another candle that bursts up through the bands, I will probably take it. We'll see. Now we're watching and waiting. Watching and waiting, hoping and prying. Sounds like a country song. MNQ chart. Got it on the ready. Big green move there. Big green candle. Right at that signal. Make sure I'm on the right account. Oh, so we're not right on the right account. Good, good that I checked that. It's sending us the buy signal now. And we're filled. 2 micros heading up. Ooh, just hit the band on that candle though. Hopefully it's just riding up those bands. Up about 4 points right now. See if it can continue up. See, the stop is well below the SMA line, so it's got room to move even if it comes back. We're 2 micros. Loss. So the stop loss is at $120 profit. I'm sorry. The profit target is $120 in profit. Stop loss is $60 loss. This might have been a premature move. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see if we can get up. I mean, if it continues up now, it might just pull all the way back now. Yeah, it's a pretty big green, red candle. But we'll watch these resistance levels if it goes back green. That's not looking good. That hit the bands and immediately pulled back. Double hit the bands on the RSI as well on the 1 minute. So we'll see if it just needed some, maybe give some room. See if it bounces off the SMA or if it comes down and stops us out. If it heads back up, then we'll see if we can get back above these areas. But it's not looking good right now. About 5 points from the stop out. New 1 minute candle in 4 seconds. We can reverse this momentum. Yep. Not looking good. Not looking good. Looking like wait. Now you know what this looks like. Now we'll see if it happens. But now it looks like this is just a pullback of this downtrend. So we'll have to see. But there's bound. It came within a couple ticks of my stop that did not stop me there. Came down to 542 and a quarter. My stop is at 541. So yeah, it came within 2 ticks of my stop. See if it comes back down for me. It is below the SMA line. Okay, just stopped me out. So we're done with that trade. Pretty much just wiped out our profit from last night. We're still up $8. Still green. See if it bounces here. Oh, crap. I apologize, guys. I totally didn't even show my chart. I accidentally forgot to hit that button. So real quickly, here's the MNQ chart. I got in here on this candle, obviously, where it started reversing. And pulled back down through here, stopped me out. Same thing you can see here on TradingView, but I do like to show my actual trades. I just forgot to hit the right screen on the software to show it. No cha-ching there. I need to come up with a sound effect for a loss. Now, this is a reversal looking candle. I'm not sure it wants to actually reverse. We might be going kind of sideways here, or it's going to continue to head down. It's going to try and tempt me here at the short signal. Actually, it's not. Yeah, it is. Sorry. They're trying to tempt me with one. We're going to wait to see if we can get back below resistance or support. We'll get them next time, Vincent. I should have cut it as soon as I seen that it broke bands. Yeah, it broke this band here, gave us this red candle. I should have cut it right there instead of taking the full loss. I tend to, want to cut things early, so I've been trying to stop that habit. But I need to get better at um, recognizing the better place to take the stop. So after commissions and all, on the TCP, we are down $1.50 total for the account. We are getting a short signal here. So looking at this on the macro level, as you can see, we really are in kind of this range. Now it is a big range, obviously. Not as big as I thought, honestly. High of 574 there, low of 540. Oh, no, wait, 527. So about it's about a just under a 50-point range, but does look like now it wants to head down. We'll see if it breaks this level here. Just the most recent low of 540. Good morning, Rohit Kumar. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Russell, copper. Let's go see what copper and gold are doing. Kind of pigeonholed here. Gold pulling back. Copper, big move up, big pull back. How you doing this morning? Okay, jumping back on this horse on the MNQ. We'll remember to show the chart this time. Magic of the internet. There's the chart. Oh, ouch. Big move down. Let's really ask how much time on this candle. We'll wait for this candle to close. Green first. Wait for this to see if it turns back red. Big green candle back up. So glad I didn't enter there. Uh, um, I trade 3 mornings and 2 evenings a week on stream. I trade this time on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and then I trade in the evenings on Mondays and Wednesdays. Nice big wick there on this candle, indicating some more selling pressure coming in. But there we go. Okay, jumping in there. I think we get another leg down here. Yes. Now again, I should have just taken the signal, not waited for the break of support. I would have got in six points earlier. So definitely, I think I need to stop looking at that and just take the signals, unless it's something like that. Yep. Do like the way the chart looks right now. Downtrending SMA, slightly. It's curving downward. See the band's expanding. Hopefully it goes my way. Do have a 200 period EMA sitting about 15 points away, so we'll watch that as well. If it gets, starts moving down, we'll see if it struggles at that area. 200 EMA isn't as big of a support resistance on the 1 minute chart as it is on a higher time frame. At least that's what I've noticed. Um, Rohit, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'll do that a lot. Do you trade your own account? Or are you doing a funded trader thing, a funded trader evaluation, or where are you at trading wise? So this is torturing me now. It's just kind of sitting here, right at this support level. Maybe I should have waited for that to break since I waited for the other one to break, but so it's sitting right here at the same level, 434. Did kind of break it, and that's where I jumped in right on that level. Awesome. How long you been trading? There we go. Now we're getting some movement downward. Being jumpy. I understand that. Definitely understand that. You're very welcome. I'm happy to be doing it. I'm happy to be here. I enjoy it. Just remember that I am not yet really a professional trader either. That we're all kind of learning together here. I mean, I know my strategy and I know by back testing it works, but my trader psychology gets in the way of executing it as well as I should. Absolutely. Is there anything specific you want to know about earn to trade? Or, I mean, I can go into just my regular spiel, but if there's anything specific you want to know, I can talk about that as well. As we watch this MNQ trade, we see not a lot really going on in the market right now. You don't see a lot of signals firing, not a lot of alerts popping up. It is hanging right around my entry point. You can see how far above the SMA line my stop is now. Might move that closer. We'll see. Uh, Past the exam, um, got to reach a certain profit target and not hit a daily loss or drawdown. Um, so like on my regular gauntlet account, I'm shooting for a profit target of 4,300. I can't lose more than 1,750 in one day, and I can't the drawdown is 2,700. And then I can't. You got to make sure you follow a plan. Like you start off being able to trade a certain amount of contracts. As you get more profits, you can trade more contracts. But if you trade too many contracts, that breaks a rule and knocks you out. But basically, it's don't lose too much money in a day or overall, and reach your profit target. In a little bit, I can bring up the graphic. Now, the trader career path that I'm doing right now, I mean, it works the same way. It starts off though at a 25K account, and you have a $5.50. Yeah, $5.50. Yeah, right. $550 daily loss limit. So it's a little bit tight. Then you can keep moving up your account as 25, 50K, 100K, and 200K. We did break 530 there, and just as Sam was saying, and we are now heading down further, but we are approaching that EMA. Let's see if it can burst through there. It's trying, heading down. This is looking like a good trade at this point. Boom, big red candle down, heading way down. We are right now about 16, 17 points in profit. See if it can continue its downward momentum. After you pass the exam, it's basically just like the exam, except for you have a constantly trailing drawdown up until you reach your starting point. But just like when if I pass the gauntlet, it'll be I can start with trading 3 contracts or 30 micros, and then as I progress up, once I get to like 4,500 in profit, I think it is, then I can trade up to 9 contracts. Gold also made a nice move here, sent this short signal. Would have this pullback here is continuing down. Looking for this. Hopefully, we got below the the EMA, so hopefully we continue this down. Hit a low there on that last candle before pulling back of 14,515. Seems to be struggling in this area. We're going to move the stop closer to the SMA line, but still with some room to breathe. I hope it doesn't. If it comes all the way back, I'll cry, but But it is definitely nice to be able to trade with somebody else's money instead of your own. You know, obviously you got to pay for the valuation, but I mean, depending on how much you're losing on a regular account, you know, still seeing red on these candles. This one's slightly red. Definitely watching for the reversal. 5-minute chart is hanging around its Bollinger there. Green candle there. New candle forms. Tempted to cut it if it pops back above the 200 period EMA. We'll see. Yeah, I was thinking I should cut it there at 15. Normally looking for 30 with a 15-point stop this time of the day. But 15 looks like maybe 15 is where I should have cut it. We'll see. Do you see the bands are kind of tightening? It's popping back up now. Watch me, watch this come all the way back up and hit me. Swinger wants to come back up to the SMA line. We're gonna let it. It's you know, the problem with cutting the winners, you know, like I took that $60 loss earlier. If I'm constantly cutting the winners early, you know, then my risk to reward is off. Ouch. Yeah, it's coming all the way back on me. Nice V-shaped formation there. Hopefully it's going to bounce off the SMA. But I am not actually, you know, we'll see. Move our stop down closer to the SMA. Only take a 3-point loss if it does break. This could be a case of letting a winner turn into a loser. But we shall see. Just kind of hit that SMA and it's trying to bounce. New candle forms now. Let's see some red. Like to see a bounce stack down here, and then if it gets down to that EMA, we'll probably cut it there, take a small win. See if we can get back down. Some nice red there. Put our profit target right there on that EMA. See if we can get that. Got one cut, and no, it looks like it doesn't want to bounce for me. Well, it's sending us a long signal there, but coming in right up to its SMA. There's a red candle. Okay. Okay, so we just took a 10 point win on one micro. Moving the second one to break even. We'll see if the other one can go. I didn't like the way it was struggling, so I called the audible there. Small profit. Again, right now we only need a small profit on this account. Continuing to head down. Should have kept the target where it was, but let's see. We're in at 34. Yeah. Did break back through that SMA, but it is getting. I mean, we are getting right back down to the low of this move, which was 515. Look at that. That's looking nice. Can it break that 515? We'll move our stop back above the high of this candle here. So guaranteed for profit there. Thank you, Vincent. Yep, nice move down there. Okay, so once again, moving my profit target might not have been the best idea. Have I tried DOM trading? I've looked at DOMs occasionally, not the full featured ones like a Jigsaw, just the ones that like uh, the lousy one Ninja Trader includes. So far, I mean, obviously CFT has a lot of success with it. It's something I would like to add to my arsenal somewhat, just to try and look at what's going on with order flow. I don't think I'll ever be a 100% order flow trader, but eventually it's something I want to learn some more of. Hello, JMC. I'm using a custom built desktop computer. Um, i9 9900 processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM. Water cooled. Only thing I went cheap on is the graphics card, which is only a 1060 because I'm not a gamer. Now I wish I had done more of the graphics card. A little bit of a bounce here. Move this down. We're going to move it right here to the EMA line now. It's definitely struggled 3 times at this level here. So it looks like it's about ready to hit our trailing. See, it's teasing it, tickling it. Yeah, Canadian futures trader does a good job with using Max, but I've never been a fan of Max. Okay, we're out of this trade. Big move back up. Oh, whoa, what? Ah, man, really? Wow. Wow. I can't. I can't help but laugh. I can't believe it came up, stopped me out, and boom, just down. This is why I tell myself not to move my stops closer. I got in on that trade. And first of all, that it was a winning trade, and we'll look at the stats here. So it does deserve a cha-ching. Yeah, and I even looked, Jay. I did look this, and I saw that that was coming out, and I didn't even think about it as we were approaching the time. So I'm an idiot there. And I'll show you why. Another reason why I'm an idiot. Let's look at this chart. You know, first I didn't get in here. Waited to the break of the resistance, but we were in at. Let me look at the actual entry point again on that chart. By the way, that was a $36 win on that trade. So we entered in at 14,534. So my stop was 15,549. Yeah, 49. If I had never moved the stop. So let's quickly chart that out here. So 34 is where I got in. Like right around there. I was looking for 30 points. And if I hadn't changed my stop, would have got it on that big flush down, would have never gotten stopped out, and it would have caught more of that move because I would have had the trailing on the second one. So this should have been, I turned what would have been a $120+ win into a $33 win. Now it's green trade, obviously. I'm not happy with that, but I got to stop doing that. I just got to follow the trading plan and stop moving stops. Wow, though. You just got to laugh. Excellent job, Tom. So that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful red candle. It seems like it's going to continue to head down. Though I don't like to enter in after a move like this. You have to see consolidation after a huge candle before it decides which direction it wants to continue. What else happened? So gold liked it. Gold popped up 4 points. So gold likes bad economic news. Copper, the bonds pulled down. Morning, Ace. How are you today? Crude liked it. Crude's continuing to head up. This has been, like I said, a grindy move up for Crude, but it would have been an awesome move to catch. Up about 80 ticks. You work too hard, Ace. You work too hard. Nope. It is now a little after 8:30, so a little less than an hour from the bell. I do want to thank everyone for joining me. Appreciate you being here. If you're here from YouTube, I would love if you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I'm an idiot for forgetting it. I checked the economic calendar live while here on stream and then totally forgot about it. Uh, That was excellent job, Ace. Excellent. Rohit, if you have any other questions about earn the trade, I can answer them now. We got since I'm out of the trade, not in a trade right now. Be happy to answer any of those questions, or if anyone has any questions, etc. So this is my problem of moving my stops, moving my profit targets. Is I've totally screwed myself so far on this first day of this trading career path. Yeah, I did the same thing last night. This would have been a winning trade, $120. Now, that loss earlier was a loss. But, I've won 3 out of 4 trades. So I'm upset, a 75% win rate, but I'm only up $44. I did the same thing last night. If you look at my NASDAQ chart from last night, let's turn back time. Turn back time. You can see here, I don't remember which trades I took and which ones I didn't. But you can see here, this would have been a winner. This would have been a winner. And then um, this would have been a winner. This would have been a winner. This would have been a winner. Now this is the first one from when I was on stream. So I think there was one in here. This one would have been a loser, but it would have been a winner with a wide stop. So 3 out of 4 winners. I took 2 trades on. I think it was this one and another one. But again, I didn't go for the full 15, and ended up going the full 15. So right now, I should be up like $300 on this account, and I'm up $44. And it seems like, when I'm moving the stop, it feels like I'm doing something smart and reducing the risk. I'm trying to get something out of the trade, but my back testing, I don't do any of that. I just see if it goes to a profit target, and the back testing tells me that, 55, 60, 65% of the time it does. So now you're all becoming my therapist as you listen to me rant about myself. So now we look for the next opportunity. Did miss this on gold, although that spike down before going up would have hurt. I'm not really asking for advice. I am just kind of ranting at myself. I mean, if you look at this trade, I don't think you caught it. I entered about on this candle here, if you can see where my cursor's at, and I kind of wrote it down. And as the SMA line kept coming back, I kept pulling and it started struggling. So it started struggling here. So, my original profit target when I entered here was, we'll check those signals here in a minute. My original profit target when I entered here was at like 30 points, so somewhere around 03, somewhere here. But when it started struggling, I moved my profit target up. Only got 10 points out of it instead of the 30. I was moving my stop down along with the SMA, and then I ended up, moving my stop then just behind each red candle, and right here it curled back up, stopped out my last contract before doing that. Where if I had never moved it, if I just, when I got in here looking for the 30 points that my back testing shows, works more than 50% of the time at this time of day, etc., I would have just got my 30 points off the trade. So I know what I'm doing wrong. It feels like when I'm moving my stop, and such that I'm doing right because I don't want a winner to turn into a loser. But uh, every time, you know, my back testing shows, I'm not there going candle by candle. I'm just seeing would it have reached the profit target. And my stats say, I did this data last week. You see here, I know this doesn't look like it makes sense, but this is my NQ data down here. On a 30 by 15, the 30 by 15, it went 23 and 12 or 500 ticks, 510 points over a full week. So it's like if I stick to the plan, it should be very, very good. Even if I make, even if I enter a couple trades that I shouldn't, and it's more 50%, that's all. Uh, it maybe is still a process, Jay. Yeah, I still look at different things. This whole RSI thing I've just recently added. This super trend strategy that I've been using, it's been right now. I have about 25 weeks of data on it, 20 weeks of data on it, something like that, where I put a spreadsheet together and do the back testing. Um, so I think you got to work on a strategy, figure it out, and then back test it, and also sim trade it. And that's part of my problem too. Is I get bored sim trading and don't do it like I advise everyone else to do. But yeah, I've been playing around this basic strategy now for at least a few months. I started with a 5-minute chart, moved down to a 2-minute chart, and now down to the 1-minute chart. I just need to convince myself that all the back testing that I do, there's no way it's lying to me. That well, back testing isn't the same as trading live because you're making a decision on the spur of the moment. So you're probably going to take a few trades that maybe you shouldn't, that you wouldn't take when you're looking at it back, from the past. But this strategy, I mean, Vincent trades my strategy, and he's successful at it. You'll never have the market figured out. Now, I mean, trading the whole concept of trading is simple. Find something that you win more than 50% of the time with a better than 1-to-1 risk to reward, and do that consistent. But you do got to keep adjusting for the market. Like some days, 30 by 15 might be too big. And there's some evenings, because in the evenings I run 15-point profit by a 7.5-point stop. But some evenings that'll be too small. So you got to constantly adjust. I do try and now shoot for a 2-to-1. Risk to reward or reward to risk, whichever way you want to say it. But sometimes you actually might get better results from a 1.5-to-1 because you're not, you know, your 2-to-1 might be too big of a target. Also on that, notepad there. I should have been using a spreadsheet, but I used the notepad. This one right here is gold. What was interesting, at 2-to-1 for a full week in the evenings, gold went 14.10, but at 1.5-to-1 it went 22.8. But the amount of ticks over the week ended up being almost the same. 90 at 2-to-1, 92 at 1.5-to-1. I do not at this point, but it is something I want to do. or want to use more. At times, though, the ATR can be a little bit wild and too much for a stop. You know, there's times with like if the NQ is being a little bit wild, you might have a 50-point stop, and I don't think I'll ever run a 50-point stop. You know, even here, let's see, this one 63. This is about 30. I mean, here, like on this one, if I was running an ATR, you know. So, I mean, it is something, you know, ATR definitely keep me in more trades longer. You know, like here, the ATR line never once touched the price action, would have caught that move. So, yeah, once I have more of a cushion that I don't need to worry as much about, you know, drawdown, I do want to look more at ATR for a stop loss. Copper sent us a signal, and seems like it wants to head up. UltraBond heading down. You're welcome, Jay. Yeah, ATR is a great stop loss. It just, at times, you got to reduce it. I think the most I've ever seen an ATR give as a stop loss was like 60 points on NQ, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to run a $1,200 stop. How long have you been trading, Jay? NASDAQ came up, pulled up above the SMA, but uh, immediately broke down. You see it did hit that upper band on the RSI and then pulled back. That been a good reversal play. I am looking for opportunities to take a trade in the regular Gauntlet account as well. I haven't taken one at all, except for the one I accidentally took last night on gold. But so we are still trading. I'm trading both accounts. Just haven't seen anything I liked on that yet. And considering trying to bring up chart for NQ for both accounts and trading both, but we'll see. Reminder that excuse me, I am trading the new product from Earn a Trade, the Trader Career Path. And the rules I'm trying to follow on it is a max loss of $60 per trade, with a goal of at least 125 per day. That's average. Obviously, I want more than that per day. Up to like $525 is the max I can get with the consistency rule. If I hit $350 on a loss in any single day, that's where I'll shut it down on that account. I'm doing it slow and steady. No resets, no blowups is the goal. I'll reevaluate the amount per day and all of that when the amount per trade once we're through the 25K legs of the eval and the live sim and moving on to the 50K. Enter long. Okay. Um, Good luck, Vincent. I'll be trading MNQ and gold only in the evening. MNQ in the evening, 3 contracts at 15-point profit, 7.5-point stop. Morning sessions, 2 MNQs, 30 points by 15 points. And all trades on the Trader Career Path are done on live stream only. I will never take a trade on it outside of that, except for I did take a trade yesterday just to get 1 day ticked off. Because hopefully we're going to do this in the 15 days. That said, I'm not going to try and force it to get it done in the 15 days. But if you want to do a Trader Career Path and learn to trade, the link's down in the video description. They do have the introductory special this month for $75, and that's for the entire life of this subscription till you cancel or pass. Yeah, I'm it's just because of that, on these 25K legs, the max daily loss is 550 and the drawdown's 1500. I don't want to end up, you know, blowing up with a $200 or $300 loss on one trade. NQ is looking a little bit rangy right now. Pull came up twice now, back down to this low here at 92, 492. We're about 37 minutes until the bell. It's gonna be interesting to see, what it wants to do, especially now we got this new report. Overall, you can see that big uptrend from the European session. Definitely a pullback here. Will New York session bring it back down to where London was, or will we end up continuing to go higher? Thank you, Ace. Yes, the like button likes you. I still have, I still have a hater. Last night, when I was on stream, it's up to 25 likes, and then all of a sudden one dislike came in, and then I saw like just a couple minutes later the last two or three live streams that had been at 100% suddenly had one downvote out each. So there's someone out there that really doesn't like me, which is fine. NQ looks like it might want to continue heading down here. So we're not going to get another short signal because we never got a long signal for the fire. And this is where it's a little tough to decide where you want to get in at. Now, the bleh, best point might have been once it broke the SMA here. It's down like 7 points since that candle. Came down to 79 earlier. That's about 11 points away right now. You often hear about double tops. And we have a really good example of this double top back here. ES is sending a short signal? No, I'm not sure what that signal was on ES. Um, here, we double topped. This came, we had this big move up. It was still kind of grinding upwards, and this is where, the move exhausted finally. It tried here again, and it tried here again. And that was it. It started falling, and it never again reached that level, and it's fallen since that last attempt, 571 down, it's fallen about 90 points. So that's why double top. This is the more classic double top right here. Came down, up, and then try one more time, and boom. So crude sent us a short signal. Expect us to pull back a little bit as it goes red as I say that. ES did send us a short signal as well. It's also pulling back. Getting an MES chart. I don't like trading MES, but yeah. Ouch. Sorry, Vincent. Seeming like it's continuing to want to head down now. At least until the bell, maybe. We're gonna. I need to. Gonna jump in on this ES, but you know what? Now it's like gone 3 points without me, and I hate to jump in late. It was my own fault for not having a chart ready. It's one thing I hate about charting on TradingView and having to get a NinjaTrader chart up. I need another screen so I can just have all my charts sitting on a screen and I can just pull it over. This would have been a great entry on ES. Or I could have just got in on NQ after that break, like I said. This would have been an excellent trade. I don't like to just jump in, without a signal, but you see it has broken both supports now. It's below this, below that huge candle down, which was at 79. It's all the way down to 68. That gotten in once it pulled back below that SMA line, we would already be up 30 points. So that was a missed opportunity. We'll get the next one. Crude also coming down. Russell's just been one long downtrend. Never even got a opposite signal this entire way. Looks like about 12 points down. Half an hour to the bell. Let's take a quick look at what copper's done this morning so far. From here. Ah, UltraBond. Oops, that okay. That one would have stopped out. Wouldn't have taken that, wouldn't have taken that. That would have been way too late of a signal. Might have taken that. Looks like that would have ended up being a stop at as well. So copper would have been very difficult to play so far this morning. Nothing's really gone. Best opportunities so far have been in the indices and in gold. So we're 1 for 1 this morning on NQ, or MNQ. We were 2-0 last night, so 75% win rate so far, which is excellent, obviously. Up $44 for the entire account. We're up $14.52. Interesting move here on gold. See it topped out here at 1855. We got a hiccup all of a sudden. So if it gets back above, oh, hiccups. Gets back above there, we might take that long on the regular gauntlet account. All's quiet for now. Big move down there on Crude as the pit opened. Not that there's an actual pit anymore, but 26 ticks down, inverse back up. So besides Ace and Vincent and Tom earlier, has anyone else taken any trades this morning? It's hitting its third band here on the 5-minute chart. It's also hitting the band on the RSI. It does only have 15 seconds on this candle. See if this ends up being a reversal here. It's already pulling back some. Watch it on the 1-minute chart. You can see it already hit the band there on the 1-minute as well. Pull back into a red candle. So they get above that, prior high back here. Cool. Watching, learning. I think I mentioned last night, just sitting back and staring at charts as the price action is happening. Okay, you can start picking out patterns and the way things move. Stocks can be frustrating. I mean, I eventually want to get back into stocks here and there. I'm probably more of a swing trade type thing than day trade because there's just way too many try and figure out which ones are going to be the good ones of the day and all that. Plus the whole PDT rule and the whole struggle with shorting, finding shares, paying for them, so on. Definitely think futures is definitely easier in that way. ES giving a signal? Oh yeah. ES popped back up with a buy, but it's right at the SMA line. Right at the, oh, I shouldn't say right at, but still downtrending bands, downtrending SMA line. And you see it already pulling back. So Crude has had a nice pullback here. It's interesting how quickly something can give up its gains. You know, it just spent all this time going up, 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 and then whoosh, it's given back 2/3 of its gains. Oh, okay, that's right. You are in the UK. Yeah, that PDT rule is an exclusive to the Americans, and it's just such a stupid rule. Oh wow. Okay, so I got to move to the UK. Now I got to decide between Portugal and the UK of where I want to move to, because Portugal has zero taxes on crypto gains. So if my Shiba Inu goes to $1, I'm gonna be a millionaire. But I heard that some or all of the European Union countries block options trading. I thought I read that somewhere. They block options and consider it a form of gambling. The admin on Earn the Trades Discord, he lives in Portugal. He's a great guy. Seems like a nice country too. I've never been out of the United States. Heck, I've never been to, I've never been more west than Missouri. I've never been more east than New York City. Haven't done much traveling. Bounced there on Crude. Tom, I'm in Central Illinois. Originally from Pennsylvania. Plan on getting back to Pennsylvania at some point in time. Short signal on copper. Want to see it get back below this here, 42, 452.05. About 10 ticks. Cool. Oh, really, Rich? I'm sitting in Decatur right now. I've never been down to Texas. Okay. Quincy, yep. Haven't been over there, but know where it's at. So gold kind of grinded up here. Did pull back when I hit that band. Not a lot. I mean, well, it did pull back by 2 points, but now it's continuing to head up. We're about 19 minutes in the bell. I get more conservative about entering trades right before the bell, but we'll watch. Still waiting for opportunities. We haven't had a new signal here on NQ since over an hour now. Just been coming down, pull back, coming down, pull back. Manito? I don't know where that's at, but I will do a quick search. Okay, I see it. Up close to Peoria. Okay, gold has made a nice move up here. Getting into its Bollinger again on the 1 minute. So this was one time that we did not see the pullback. I mean, it was a micro pullback. Basically, pulled back in this candle where it hit that band, then pulled back, then continuing to go on. It's hitting the band again, but it's riding up. I would never play the reversal while it's still riding up like this, because it can ride along a band, just touching it each time, for multiple candles before it finally decides to pull back. Well, we just broke last night's record. There's 30 people here right now. Last night we hit 24, 30 now. It's absolutely amazing, and I do thank everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoy the stream. Not a lot happening right now. Waiting. Remember, a lot of trading is patience and waiting for something to happen. And I hope you'll enjoy the stream enough that you'll keep coming back here and there when you have a chance in the mornings and the evenings. And also hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows you like it. If you don't like it, well, don't hit the don't like button. Michael, well, that's an interesting thought, but there's some things you can't trade at night, in my opinion, but you could trade NQ, ES, GC. I mean, here, let's take a look. This is last night. NQ. Starting at a little after 7. Nice 15-point win off that signal. Nice 15-point win off that signal. Wouldn't have taken that signal because of the uptrending SMA line. Although it actually would have worked with a wider stop. But either way, this one I wouldn't have taken, but if I had gotten back in, that would have been a nice uptrending win. This would have been a 15-point win. This would have been a 15-point win. So if I had just taken all those trades, now let's say I would have taken this one loss, that would have been, 60 points in NQ with one loss of 7.5. So let's just say a rounding point, 50 points in NQ. If you were running one regular NQ contract, 50 points is $1,000. They're gold, crude, ES, NQ. Those four, there's definitely enough, in my opinion, volatility, definitely enough volume to trade the Asia session. Hi, John. Welcome. Doing well. How are you doing? So yeah, Michael, I stream at night mainly. It's only 2 nights a week, and yeah, there are some nights that are dead. But in my opinion, there is money to be made in evening sessions, and there's people that want to get into this trading, futures trading, that have a 9 to 5 job that don't allow them to trade. You know, during the day they can't be at a computer, they can't be doing whatever, while they're working, and they can't be up overnight trying to trade the London session. Because they got to get up and go to their job, and they got to get sleep. So the only time they have to trade is the Asia session. And in my opinion, there is opportunity to trade the. So that's why I traded 2 nights a week. Not the most exciting. I've thought about doing a stream for the overnight session as well every now and then. I did that once, but that was back when I very first started to stream, and I had like 2 viewers for the overnight. I even dozed off for like 10 minutes. And honestly, Michael, another thought, and this is something that someone else brought up last night, because we were actually discussing this last night as well. For newer traders, the slower pace could be better than the craziness we often see in the mornings. Slower pace, slower target, smaller targets. Um, you know, might be better for a newer trader instead of because I mean I know when I first started with futures, ES just looked incredibly fast. Now ES looks slow, and then NQ looked incredibly fast. And now NQ still looks incredibly fast at times, but it seems more manageable. So unfortunately not with hi Matt. Unfortunately not with Earn to Trade. I can't. They are not integrated yet with TradingView. Hopefully that comes soon. Ninja Trader bought Tradeovate last month, and Tradeovate is integrated with TradingView. So we're hoping that we can get Tradeovate on Earn to Trade, and then be able to execute on TradingView. But no timeline on that or anything like that. You're welcome, Matt. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for the question. See the UltraBonds coming down here. This is signal here. I'm going to so there's our first long signal on NQ. After this long downtrend, I'm very hesitant to take the very first long signal, especially since we're only 10 minutes till the bell. So just kind of want to watch the charts here for a little bit. I'm actually going to mute the mic for a minute or two here. Got some breakfast here. I'm going to eat it and not going to chew in your ear. Rich, I've tried. Top Step was the first one I went to. For its first one of these firms I've heard about. I'm not a big Top Step fan. I don't like the 2 steps to their evaluation. They're the only ones that have the whole 2 step. I mean, Top Step's, the first in the industry, obviously, and I have nothing against Top Step, but I just think their evaluation is a lot harder than most of the other firms. I'm gonna mute here for just a minute or two while I eat my breakfast, and you don't have to listen to me chew. If we weren't 8 minutes on the bell, I would probably take this long. That's a big 14-point candle there. I've heard good things about Apex. Uh, Canadian futures trader. He's been successful with them. He's withdrawn from them. No real red flags at all from them. They seem like a good company. Of course I'm partial to Earn the Trade. I really like them. Thing I don't like about Apex is they're constantly trailing drawdown instead of the end of day drawdown. That constantly trailing drawdown can be scary because, I mean, theoretically, you could have a 100% win rate and still fail if you're not cutting your winners and letting them pull back before cutting them. If you have a, you know, 10, 20 point win, 10 trades on the NQ that go 20 points and then pull back to 10 points and that's where you cut them, you're probably going to fail because of the constantly trailing drawdown. Good luck, Vincent. You went long there? That's looking good. So, but I mean, the constantly trailing drawdown you do need to deal with anyway on Earn the Trade once you go to the live account. So, I mean, either way, you don't get away from it. Um, once on the trader career path, once I hit 50K, I'll be dealing with the constantly trailing drawdown as well. So, I mean, you don't really get away from it. But the eval is easier with, in my opinion, the end of day drawdown. Um, you profit. They have the end of day drawdown even in their once you're funded. Now, but Earn the Trade and Top Step are the only two of the firms that actually put you on a real live account when you're funded. Everything else, I mean, even though you're funded and you're getting your profit, you stay on a sim account. And I guess, I mean, that doesn't really matter to most people. It really doesn't matter to me as long as I'm getting paid. But some people that it bothers them that they're never really on a live account and their orders aren't actually hitting the exchanges. Good luck, Vincent. And I'm going to go back to chewing for a couple minutes. Hello, Life Round here. Awesome. Yeah, copper used to do really well for me. Um, was my favorite thing to trade. I still have an affinity for it. Haven't been trading it as much recently. I've been, copper used to be, my baby, but now we're having relationship issues. But definitely, it's a definitely a good asset. It's an overlooked asset, and eventually, I think me and Copper will be able to settle our differences, and I'll be able to trade it profitably again. Just been struggling with it the last month or so. Definitely glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy the streams, and hope you come back often. We are about 2.5 minutes to the bell. Simeon, how are you doing today? Quick pullback here in NQ. Hello, South Texas. You just signed up for Earn a Trade. How do you set it up? Have you gotten the emails from Earn a Trade with your rhythmic data credentials and all that? Morning, Chris. How are you doing? How long ago did you sign up, South Texas? Are we talking minutes or hours? Jeremy, yes, you can. Earn a Trade takes like all but like 20 countries, and those 20 countries are like South Sudan, North Korea, Cuba, etc. Your data credentials should come sometime shortly. If you don't see them in an hour, you should contact support. And here's the bell. Or, oops, I thought that was the bell. Saw a quick move down. We'll move over here to NQ and ES charts and watch them both together here at the bell. Yeah, wait about it. If you don't see your credentials in about an hour, contact support. Do you know what platform you're going to use to trade with, South Texas? NinjaTrader or Finamark, or do you have your own platform? Excellent, Chris. Wonderful to have you on board a Trader Career Path. There's the bell. No real big move yet. There's the big move. So far, we're heading downward. Sorry, Vincent. Oh, now we're back to green. Indecisive so far at the open. Watching NQ and ES 5-minute, 1-minute charts. Do that. I usually do that for the first couple minutes, and then we move over and watch everything else. Sorry to hear that, Vincent. There's a big move there. That didn't mean to cough in your ears. We're down 13 points so far for 20. There we go. Now we're seeing red. Still a long ways to go before giving up its gains. We're about mid-range right now for the whole session. Right back up. Doing this whole green, red thing against Christmas. That big move back up. Waiting. You see that we're in a downtrend. The SMA line is definitely downtrending, so thought is it's going to continue on down, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, kinda. I mean, you'll notice that 9:30 Eastern time. This time, you see how much the volume spikes. So it is the stock market bell too, but the future, you have the prop firms, the actual ones in like New York and Chicago. This is considered the cash session that starts right here. You can see each day real quickly. If you look at the volume profile right here at 9:30 Eastern, you see how much the volume pops up. And so it's, yeah, it's a bell there for, technically it's the stock exchange's bell, but a lot of people say the bell at 9:30 no matter what market you're trading. I used to say New York Open, but that always reminded me of a tennis or a golf tournament. So on the 5 minute, you see it's kind of just knocking against its SMA. Doesn't really want to get through. This isn't a real exciting open this morning at all so far. No problem, Jeremy. It's a good question. I mean, yeah, I don't like the CME, which is the exchange for futures. I don't think they ring a bell or anything like that. But this is considered the cash session or the New York session. Now we're seeing green. Yeah, Vincent, I was thinking that. Should have grabbed the long there. I don't often play the open though because I've gotten burned on it. There's been a good long on ES, already up like 7 points. I usually wait till things kind of play out. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Tom. Great job. I do want to try and start playing these open candles a little bit more, but see, now NASDAQ would have burned me here if I had tried to play that long signal there. It's weird how it's interesting, you basically made the same moves, NQ and ES, but ES sent the signal one candle sooner, which would have been a great, nice 4-point win, 5-point win, whereas NQ sent it here and would have went up like 11 points and then bottom dropped out. New high of the day for the Dow. Dow gave us a big 144-point candle. Russell, a 14.5 candle in that 5-minute chart. Bumping up right against its high of the day. NQ not at the high of the day and not not as strong as the Dow, really. Dow went straight up. Russell went straight up, but ES and the NQ were kind of hemming and hawing. Copper doesn't care. Gold pulled down. This is a classic move, by the way. Sell 4 points. Excellent job, Chris. Excellent job. And Tom, you did get a little profit off that trade, right? Now, crude oil still heading down. ES is heading back up. Russell continuing to head up. My charts are loading slowly. I hate that. I'm not sure what. TradingView did something to their app that's all of a sudden making my charts load slow. So NQ since the open. We opened at 472. It's up to 518, so it's up 40 points. No, almost 50 points. But it had a drawdown of 72 down to 46, about 25 points. Great job, Tom. So now the question is here, if we look at these signals, obviously the signal in ES was perfect. But I'm obviously looking at NQ. We got this buy signal here. Now that would have hurt. Would I have stayed in this? I don't think so. Because you see, I normally run a 15-point stop. I would have had to run 22 points, 23 points. And so far, I've only gone about 20 points. So I've been a bad reward to risk ratio. So we'll watch that. That would have stopped me out. Although I do have thought about running just for very volatile times, one micro with a 25-point stop with a 50-point profit target. But I haven't decided on that. Good plan, Chris. Accidentally knocked the battery out of my mouse. Oops. Okay, so gold, nice little roller coaster here. Up, up, up. Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, come for the sound effects as well. Uh, but it's up to the SMA line. Expect to bounce there. Yep, coming back down on the indices, it's definitely choppy. It's an ugly looking chart. ES is a better looking chart. If I'd gotten in off that long signal there, would have went up 10 points. So, regret not doing that. But right now we are just kind of watching and waiting because this is kind of choppy with big candles. Wow. 4 down votes today. If anyone has any suggestions of what you prefer to see, if there's something I'm doing that you don't like, I would love to hear it. Both did bounce off the SMA line. Kind of market's kind of taking a breath now after the open. Oh yeah, I'm not overly obsessed with it. It's just, I don't think I've ever downvoted something on YouTube in my life. I don't understand the purpose of it. If you don't like it, go watch something else. So we see we're kind of in this very wide range. See, here's the support line, all the way down here at 446, and the resistance line all the way up to 522. So about 80, an 80-point range here at the open, basically. So, and we're sticking right here in the SMA line. Oh wow, that's awesome. I've played a little bit with fibs, but I never really took the time to figure them out. Eventually, I will look at maybe some other indicators, but the more I don't want to confuse myself too much with throwing a whole bunch of indicators. There was one point I was trying a whole bunch of indicators at once, and like they would be contradicting one another. One would be saying going long, one was saying going short, or you're going into resistance here or whatever, and it just ended up being uh that's a good question. I believe there is a tape. Um, Never really tried to look at it. Uh, I mean, there is a DOM uh, type of setup, yes. I don't know if there's actually a tape, but that's a good question, and I can research that. I've never really looked for it. I mean, I used to try and read the tape when I was doing stocks, but I'm almost 100% sure there is. But yeah, I'll research that. No, it's a very good question, Jeremy, and I will find out the answer before the next stream. There's definitely a DOM. I like actually I don't have the depth of market uh, enabled, but yeah, you can see what orders are resting, at each level. Not on MNQ. I'm at MNQ is the micro, which is 1/10 the size of the mini. So 15 points in profit on 3 micros is $90. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. Well, you know, you have me curious now too, so I'll probably look it up, or if I forget, you can let me know next time. But yeah, Matt, I'm running the micros right now, so because I don't want to take more than $60 in a loss. So, and I don't need well, on this account right now. I don't need more than $500 in a day, and I don't want to take big risk because I only have a $550 daily loss limit. So, running the micros. That's okay, Matt. That's a good point. NinjaTrader does have that. Right now we're not getting any signals. Everything's sideways. Let me play with NinjaTrader. Tools, new, TNS, time and sales. Nothing shows up. Interesting. Yeah, apparently there is. I just don't know how to activate it on NinjaTrader unless I'm missing something. So, thank you for that, Rollo. Sideways. Sideways, sideways, sideways. This is not a very eventful open at all once it stopped all that, you know, nothing really going on. So we wait and we talk and we chat. Bitcoin up to 44,000. Ghost on whatever chart that was. SHIB sideways too. Hey, let's check agriculture. Disco Trading. That's an interesting name. And hello, 90 bid even. Thank you for that. Hmm. Soybeans fell. So it looks like agriculture's been trending down. I haven't taken a trade. Well, actually, I did take a trade on agriculture, soybeans, a couple weeks back. NQ sending a signal. Oh, big move down here on the NQ, 18 points. Blew through that support. With NQ chart. I'm here sitting here just commentating. Sell market. We're getting in. Jumped in on that. We are in. I'll show my chart. Okay, so we are in on MNQ. Hopefully not too late and take a bad bounce here. Did get in. How late did I get in? 8 points. Ouch. And we are bouncing. We're watching. Don't want to see green. Don't want to see green. Don't like to see green. Uh, yeah, that was a reversal looking candle that I ended up getting in on. Let's see. See if it can push down. I like seeing that. Definitely being bouncy. There we go. Now we're back to the. There we go. That's what I like to see. Still bouncing right around my entry point though. Ah, big green candle back up. That's gonna stop me out. Okay. Ouch. So even I gotten in at the right place, that would have stopped me out. Too quick of a decision maybe there. Just because we see this support area down here. That's about where it got down to and bounced at that same area. So maybe it was too quick of a decision to try and jump in. And that'll take us negative on the day. Down $17 on the TCP account, unfortunately. That's a little bit frustrating. Okay, me and Nightbot are gonna fight. Oh, let's see. Okay, I just turned off the caps warning on Nightbot. Good job, Tom. Much better than I did. Earn the Trades dashboard has not updated yet. Still showing me in profit, but I'm not actually in profit. We're down $50 right now on the TCP account. So obviously, basically an unforced error. Jumped in without really evaluating where we were at, and not realizing that we were coming right down into a support. Which is basically, where we hit at the open, where buyers came in. So buyers came in again at that same area. So unforced error on my part. Yeah, ES is kind of meandering. ES is actually has a better looking. Oh, there's a 5-minute chart that I was looking at. Oh. ES has a nice looking chart today than NQ does. Crude's still coming down. So on this short signal here that fired an hour ago, exactly an hour ago, it's come down over 2 full points. This is over a $2,000 move on crude. Copper Long signal there, trying to head up. NQ and gold. Big candle there on NQ. Now we want to get back above this range. Although that okay, I was gonna say whoa. It's an 8-point candle there. Top of this range is 522. We're at 510. So now we will wait. See if it can break out of this rather large range. Look at it on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart looks like that it'll want to bounce here because it's still coming down in that SMA line. I would be more likely to expect to bounce back down, which is what we're seeing here now with the next 1-minute candle. So still no real direction here. Gold did send us a short signal. It also kind of bounced. But actually, I like gold. We're going to go to gold on the Gauntlet account. And so take a trade here in gold on short if it gets. And there we go. I'm going to take it there. Ooh, 2 ticks of slippage right off the bat. Ouch. This might not be my morning, guys and gals. If there's any gals here. There we go. There we go. We see some red. And Q heading upwards. Gold moving down. Yep. Come on, gold. Continue going the direction I want you to go. There we go. 9 ticks, 11 ticks. Stop moving, trailing, stop moving to break. Oh, wow. Well, we got something out of that. We got 2 ticks out of that. It came down. My stop moved to 2 ticks above break even, and it came right back up. So we got $20 out of that. It went as much as 11 ticks. Could have been $100. But it was a green trade. I guess it deserves a cha-ching. NQ again tested this resistance area. It's still trying to test it. And gold's gonna come back down. You know, another thing I fought with myself with is trailing stops. Sometimes it seems like it just hurts me more than helps me. Excellent, Jeremy. Have yourself a great rest of your day, evening. I think it's afternoon for you right now. So have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. I'm in Q, now above that resistance. Can we get above 22 here? Nope, rejected down. Again. Gets above 22, we're a buyer. Gold did just come up to stop me out and continue down. So that's a bummer. So that trailing stop hurt me there. We're watching NQ. Rejecting down again. Looking to get above this 22. Or, yeah, 22? Is that what I said? Yeah, 522. It's hanging right around 16 right now. That's okay, Chris. I actually just turned the caps thing off now once I saw it warn you again. So unless we start getting a whole bunch of spammers in, I'll keep that off. So rejected again off 20, 520. Back down. Age is just a number. Age is just a number. You're only as old as you feel, which means I'm about 135 right now. So big rejection off that 520 level. Back down to its SMA. SMA is still almost flat, slightly uptrending, but just about flat. It's just to see if we bounce here on the SMA. That it bounces and heads back up, there's a good chance it ends up breaking that resistance on the third try or fourth try or however many tries it's done now. If you could predict where it's going to bounce, these would be great reversal plays. But you can't really. I mean, this was a reversal candle. Honestly, this would have been a good reversal candle right here, right here, to play. You had no body and a wick up that indicates selling pressure. That's awesome. That's the way to be. Too many people just they stop living when first when they become adults they stop having fun. They think everything has to be serious, and then that just kind of grinds on the older people get. Seems like, and they just forget that life is supposed to be enjoyed. Not that I'm one to talk. I spend my weekends staring at charts. That's how exciting my life is. Forming kind of a U shape there. Oh wait, this reversal here on copper, we can look at that real quick, was a perfect reversal. Broke the band below the 70, I mean below the 30 line. That would have been a great reversal play up. Kind of the same thing over here. This would have been a great reversal play down. By the way, since we have a little bit of a moment here, nothing's happening. For those of you that are not already members of the Earn to Trade Discord, if you like talking with other traders, it's a great place to hang out. And right now, they are doing a giveaway on the Discord, giving away a TCP first month. Uh, um, Second prize is a 100% reset. Third prize is 50% off of reset. But you do got to be active. It goes by the levels of activity. You got to be in, get in there. Ends on the end at the end of the month. So and they do this, every couple of months to try and get people to talk, be active, reward the people that do spend time there. Um, Come on over and join the Earn the Trade Discord. Me and the Canadian Futures Trader are mods there. We make sure everything goes smoothly. I'd like to find one or two more good trades. It is about 10 after 10 on the East Coast. Probably probably stream till about another 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Can't go much further than that because I got a Walmart grocery delivery order coming at the top of the hour. ES looks like it wants to maybe head back down. So grind down, came back up, and now broke back below the SMA line. Not really seeing that same move on the NQ. It's interesting that they're not really correlating as much today. Russell made that same kind of move there, but NQ is being a little, I don't know, definitely being. It's sending me the short signal there. I just don't know about it. UltraBond moving up. Let's look at this NQ real quick. We have 30 seconds on this candle. Last short signal failed. This one, I mean, this one would have worked right before the open, but I'm already seeing a wick on it. Bands look weird. This just looks like a weird chart. We're at 72. The low is this resistance point that nailed me the last time I tried to jump in short. Which is, but it is almost 30 points away. Now the signal went away anyway. Big wick back up and it's actually turned green. So all that talk was for nothing. So that ended up being a nice little reversal candle. Maybe. I mean, that's the type of candle you expect a reversal on. Whether or not it actually ends up being a reversal candle is yet to be seen. So, this is a very, for all the action that we saw overnight, this is a very muted morning session. Not a lot going on. It's kind of dull. Which, of course, can make for bad streams. But we shall wait. We shall stalk our prey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending that short signal again. Let's blow this chart up for a bit. Still, it's struggling right at this level. UltraBond sending us a signal on the 5-minute chart of hitting that top Bollinger Band. So we'll see. That could be a reversal. Not going to play the reversal there. So it's tickled this ATR line twice and bounced back up. Quite the boring morning. Just waiting here and seeing what we can find. Everything's sideways-ish. Gold sent us that signal there 3 minutes ago, but as you can see, it turned out to be nothing. So you can kind of curl up here on the Nasdaq up to the SMA line. Definitely not picking a direction. There's the word I'm looking for, direction. Definitely not picking a direction. It's kind of waiting. This is where I feel I should hire some live entertainment when there's absolutely nothing going on. And there's only so many ways I can say we're sideways. I'm going to have to go to a thesaurus and start looking up different words for sideways. That would absolutely kill me, Chris. Nasdaq's staying below that SMA line. That SMA line has kind of straightened out. It was slightly uptrending. Now it's pretty much straight with a slight, just ever so slight downward arc. So we're watching that. Again, we want to see it break back below these, these areas of support that it's been struggling to come down or find any direction either way. Copper will be sending a short signal soon. You can see in the upper right hand corner that chart, long signal at fire toward the edge of the chart there, came up, consolidated, came back below the SMA line, came back up and bounced off the SMA lines, now heading red. Still got a few ticks before it sends the short signal. Might end up being a late signal. Hello, Fallen. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Up there's the short signal on copper. So there's a little bit of an sudden move down on the Nasdaq too, and I missed it. Oh man, kind of lulled me to sleep. And I don't have a copper chart. How did I mix? How did I screw that up? HG. Signal went away on copper, and Nasdaq bounced. So we saw that quick move down, but again it bounced off that same area. Same area it bounced down before. Copper almost did the same thing here. You see here's the low before. Came down, bounced off that same area. There's another move down. Okay, it's gotten through one. Can it get through down here to 446 is the question. So now we're watching two different assets here. Copper and Q. NQ still. NQ. Okay, we've got both charts ready to go. I want to see NQ get below this 446 area. We are Anki keeps coming down with these big candles and then bouncing back up some green. I mean, obviously I should have just jumped in on this candle here. Really kind of messing with me because you see a green candle there with a short signal. It's just, I mean, it's below that ATR line. There we go. I prefer red. Thank you. Well, now it's doji. Sorry, I was muted and didn't realize it. I'm here talking. Anyway, to answer your question, Fallen, looks like Great Britain may have had some good economic numbers come out overnight. They had an unemployment report come out. That's the only thing I really see. I don't think there was anything Ukraine or Russia related but I haven't looked. Okay, there's a big move down on the NQ again, but again, I mean, see, I have two charts ready to go. One copper, one Nasdaq. Well, let's see Nasdaq just get below, try and push through that 446. It's moving down hard and then coming back. So, I have both these charts ready and neither one are really doing what I thought. Let's see if I'm hiding anything here. Yeah, gold's not doing anything. Need a couple more screens. I say gold's not doing anything, and gold sends me a signal. Oh, let's move these to the side here quick. Well, it's trying to send us a short signal on that. It's meandered down. They're both moving back to green. Oh, putting these charts back to the side for now. Copper's actually sending us a long signal now. So now we want to see it get back above. It's 5275, 5290 area. That was probably a mistake, actually. But it's right here. It's also at the 200 EMA. But I probably should have jumped on that, because that's already going up 6-7 ticks. NASDAQ's also now trying to come back up. But, you know, NASDAQ is basically in a range. You know, it's been... This is an ugly, ugly, ugly looking chart. And we're just going to sit here until it breaks the range one way or the other. Because obviously each one of these signals have failed for, I mean, this one went like maybe 15 points, so maybe I should, sometimes I think running a 1-to-1 at 15 would be a better idea. And I might test that this coming weekend to see if it is. See what kind of win rate that gives. I don't like running a 1-to-1. Because first of all, you know, with commissions, it's not even really a 1-to-1. So, it's just the stuff I spend my weekends testing. So we see NASDAQ is trying to push up now. Everything's definitely not doing anything exciting. Crude made a new low of the day. That's the UltraBond. Oh, what? Chris, I'm not sure what you mean. Hey, Tom. Good luck. Copper pulled back, looking like it wants to break back below that SMA. I was just saying, running like a 15-point profit target with a 15-point stop loss, which would be 1-to-1, which I really don't like. But like here, I mean, if we look here, we do got a long signal there on NQ. See, this is where, real quick, let's blow up this chart. Short signal on copper too. Again, I want to see it get back above these levels, which it might do. But like on this short signal here, 15 points would have been a win. I think 15 points might have been a win here. So this might have been a day where I should have taken, instead of doing 30, went by 15 instead. See, I mean, we're just not getting above these levels. You know, we get these signals and then it doesn't do anything. It's like poke it with a stick. Move up, move up. Short signal back on copper again. Now we want to see what was this low here. 51.45. So that's, I mean, that's. But again, we're bouncing. Excellent. The trader career path or one of the mini gauntlets, Rich? Yeah, I need to get better adjusting my profit target stop loss parameters based on what the market's showing. Excellent. Glad to have you. Hopefully you'll join me here as you can, and we can compare notes. Okay, we're going to try and get in on copper. Before I do that, let me make sure I'm on the right account. Yeah, I'm on the gauntlet. We're going to go in on the ask. See if we get filled. Okay, we're filled. So since NQ doesn't want to respond, we will give our attention to copper. Everyone's doing much better than me. Copper's definitely being wishy-washy here, but I like the setup. Downtrending SMA line kind of bounced off that top area, bounced off the 200 EMA. Jay, I have not yet. Someone requested that last night as well. Actually, a couple people did. Ouch. Big move back up here on copper. I'm going to try and do one this weekend. Time's my problem. I have two problems with doing videos: is time and the fact that I know nothing about editing. So any videos I do have to be kind of raw and with my hemming and hauling and mistakes and all that. Nothing flashy. But I'm going to try and get that done this weekend, explaining the indicators I use and the strategy I use and how I look at a chart and how I chart out a chart. The copper's being choppy, but back to break even. Or I was. My stops is a $100 stop, $200 profit target on the gauntlet account. Stop is well above the S. Ouch. Yeah, we're one tick from being stopped out. Okay, we're stopped out. Wow, I didn't see that coming. That's a $100 loss on the gauntlet. So I probably should not have taken that trade, because it was kind of choppy. Now it's want to try and go. So we have nothing here today. I really, I I got to see something really break out now for me to take any more trades, and we're probably gonna wrap up here in the next 10 minutes. I'm not much of a trend there. I don't usually draw trend lines, but let's trying to see what you're seeing here, Chris. Is why I don't try and draw trend lines because I can never figure out where I want to draw them at. So once again, this is a perfect reversal candle on that 1 minute chart. You see the long wick down, no body. Having a good reversal play. Just not getting any momentum. Oops. Wow. Now, I haven't ever taken a trade on natural gas that hasn't been on just a sim account, paper trading. Look at this move down. And then the $1,000 move down, or actually more. Nice, doing a great job, Tom. You know, it's interesting. While we're dealing with this chop on NQ, that's an absolutely ugly 1 minute chart on NQ. Absolutely ugly. Look at the Russell today. I'm kind of ignoring the Russell. Beautiful moves. Up. This would have grinded down, well, to a profit target. Grounded down 10 points. No, 5 points, I'm sorry. And then back up. Nothing compared to that. Russell's just nice. Oh, okay, you're doing a 2 minute chart. That makes sense. On, hold on. 2 minute chart on NQ, okay. Let's go to 2 minute. Ooh, that looks even uglier. Okay. Trend line. Is that the trend line you're talking about, or there? Yeah, I'm just not good at, ooh, that's a, okay. Well, while we're sitting here, NQ is kind of trying to come up here. Big move up here on NQ. Just broke resistance. We're buying in. We're in. Bit late, I think. I'm not even sure. Oh, are you kidding me? Our last 1 minute was a 12-minute 12-minute candle, 12-point candle. Stop is basically just below that candle. There we go. Now we're back to green. No, we're not. There we go. Maybe. So you see, this was a reversal candle. That was a great reversal candle. That would have been a great play off of that. Now we're seeing some green. Excellent job, Tom. Keep moving on up. And we're in profit by $40. We're not moving the stop. Actually, I mean, this isn't off a signal, so I might move the stop. Do have 8 green candles in a row. It's probably our last trade of the day. New candle forms now. Continue green. Great job, Tom. Oh, red pullback. We got the 5-minute chart. We are a bit into the bands on the 5-minute. That's a little bit worrisome. 40 seconds to go on that 5-minute candle. Continuing to head up. Red. Definitely think we're seeing a pullback scenario here. Trying to hold on. Have my finger on the close button just in case it kind of tries to flush. New 1 and 5-minute candle forming now. This trade's in profit by $50. Struggling here, showing red. Big pullback, closing the trade there. So we got in the profit, pulled back, and I predicted that pullback by the way it was at the 5-minute chart. So I kind of wish I just gotten out right at the close of that candle. The close of that candle was 502. We ended up getting out. No, that's not right. Sorry, close of that candle was 540. And we ended up getting out at 533. So we gave back 7 points. And you can see it's continuing to come down. I said it was going to reverse there. I wish I had listened to myself. How's that going? Let's do this. So we did end up with, that was a winning trade, so we give ourselves a cha-ching. You're doing great, Tom. You're obviously it came down, it's coming back up. So we'll watch to see where this ends up going. I'm watching my Walmart order to make sure it's not on the way. It's not yet, so we're good. See if this continues to pull back. Oh yeah, and we are, let's see, where are we at now? We're $8 in profit on the day, which means we're not really in profit on the day because we have commissions. But gross profit on the day is $8. We're negative 126 in the gauntlet. I might still trade the gauntlet after I'm off stream. Obviously, will not trade the trader career path off stream. Let's see. Let me try and get the dashboard update here. This earn and trade dashboard totals is usually it updates within a minute or two, but it's really kind of sluggish. I'm not sure if it's because of the TCP or what. So that negative 53 isn't right. Think we're gonna be like negative 20. So about an 8-point pullback on this 5-minute candle, consolidating on the 1. Let's see what did copper end up doing? Because remember we were watching copper at the same time. No, copper ended up just did give us a short signal, give us a 10-tick candle down. It would have been 125 bucks if I would have taken. Normally looking for 16 ticks. Bounced off the bottom band and back up. We'll watch NQ here for the next few minutes until I sign off. Remember next streams are tomorrow evening at 7:45 Eastern and Thursday morning again at 7:30 Eastern, Friday morning at 7:30 Eastern. Unless of course the ice storm knocks out my power, in which case send blankets. Great job, Tom. That was excellent. The UltraBond popped up there with a 6-tick candle. But it's been choppy too, if you can see there. Choppier than normal. Yep. NQ did curl up. It's back above the back above its top. That's interesting. So it really wasn't a pullback. I mean it did pull back, but now it's going back up. So I could have stayed in. That's kind of we got in at executions. Let's look here. Got in at 27 out at 33. So let's pop back up now to 46. Don't call yourself a dummy, Tom. There's no way you're going to always catch the tops and bottoms of trades. There's just no way. You might get lucky here and there, but trades are always going to give a little bit more than you get and take a little bit more than you wanted it to. But getting a good green trade is, excellent job. You're very welcome, Jay, and thank you for those kind words. I appreciate everyone joining me and helping to make this channel continue to grow and be a success. And I'm really hoping that we can all, continue learning and growing together and, have futures make our future. Yeah. I had a better one last night. Futures. It's a good tagline. I just need to perfect it. Now we did see the pullback. So and that's what I'm going to call this stream. Walmart's on their way. I thank everybody for joining me today. We ended up just a tiny bit in profit on the gross, tiny bit of loss overall. That still has not updated. Why is that not updating? There we go. So the TCP after day one, we're down $28.12. So we'll go back to trading the TCP tomorrow evening on stream. I'll continue my gauntlet account trading later today if there's anything worthwhile. Once again, thank everyone for joining me. Hope to see you back here Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, Friday morning this week. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay green. Bye.